Okay, so my name is Teacher Jonah. I work here at Yaaka.com. I am privileged to be with you today. I want to start by reviewing what we discussed about last time, because this is not the first time we are meeting. Okay, thank you. I want to encourage you to keep your microphones muted because we can't afford having everyone speaking at the same time to disorganize us. Number two, I also advise you to keep your videos off because they tend to make the link heavy and we keep on getting off. So thank you so much. I don't know whether there is anyone who has not seen Teacher Jonah, but if there is one person, you have a chance to see me. That is Teacher Jonah speaking. I'm a teacher of English and social studies here at Yaaka. So we get to start. I want to first review what we discussed last time. We discussed about verbs. Who remembers what we said about verbs? You put up the hand, you share with us. If you remember what we said, because we defined the verbs. If you remember the definition, yes, blessed. Blessed, you're going to unmute and you speak. Yes, blessed. Martha, please don't turn on your video.
A verb is a verb.
Say that again, you were breaking. Blessed, say that again. Okay, thank you so much, Blessed. Onyait, Ephraim, if you have a different answer, you can.
A verb is a doing word.
Thank you so much, Ephraim. Sherry Nancha.
A verb is an action word.
Very good, it is an action word. Yes, Isaac. Yes, Isaac. Okay. Yes, Pony.
A verb is a doing word.
A verb is a doing word. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. What about you, Pony? What do you have to say?
A verb is an action word.
Okay, so we can agree from what I have heard from all of you that a verb is either a doing word or an action word. And remember last time when we were here, we saw examples of verbs. We looked at a person, we told her what to do, and she did exactly as we were saying. And then we said, those words, once spoken, they are responded to by an action, okay? So, we defined a verb. We say the verb is a doing word or an action word, or it tells us what a noun is doing. You gave me examples: sit, come, go, give, stand, mop as verbs. Then we say verbs are mainly written beginning with a small letter because they are not normally written at the start of a sentence. We went to forms of verbs. We said in P3 we have majorly two forms, regular and irregular verbs. So when to regular verbs, we said regular verbs are those that take D, ED, or T when changing from the past and the perfect tenses. So we looked at those that take D. We said most verbs that end in E take D when changing or when forming their past simple and their past participle. We had the examples like use and used, change and changed. We even had this table given to us. It contained those verbs that, some of those regular verbs that end in E and how they form their past tense and their past participle. We had verbs that take ED. These ones we said, the regular verbs that end in consonants take, except Y, take ED. Except consonant Y, all others that end in consonants take D. We had examples here, add, allow, answer, ask, boil, and call. Those are some of the examples that we had. So we went to irregular verbs. We said those verbs that don't take D, ED, or T when being changed into the past and past participle. We said some don't change at all, like hit, it is the same throughout, it is hit, hit, hit. We said some verbs have their past tense similar to their past participle, like make, made, and made. And then we have some verbs that change I to A in the past and to U in the past participle, like drink, drank, drank. And then some verbs change anyhow. They don't change in any similar way. They change anyhow. So I left you with that table. I asked you to complete the table. So it contained some of the verbs that do not change in the past and the past participle. Their past tense and their past participle is the same, like cost, cut, hit, put, read, shut, find, brought, build, and buy. So today we are going to talk about tenses. Today we are going to talk about tenses. I don't know whether there is anyone who finished this table. Is there anyone who finished this table?
Yes.
Who is that? Isaac, you finished and you not send the answers?
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Yes.
If you finished, you need to be sending those answers to me because I need to look at them and I help you understand very well. Shadrach, do you finish also?
Yes. Shall send after the lesson.
Sorry? Yes, I'll be waiting. I need to see those answers because...
But I'll send it later.
Okay.
Me
too. Yes.
I'll send it later.
Okay, I'll be waiting. Okay. So let me find out whether there is anyone with a question before we start something new today. If you have any questions, you can ask before we start something new today. Yes, anyone? Good morning, Akulu Peace, and you're welcome. Yes, Lina, you must be having a question.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, you are excused, Lina.
This work that you are putting on my screen, I did not do it.
You missed it. It means that you did not attend the previous lesson.
Yes.
In which class are you? As if I saw you in P4 yesterday.
Yes.
Are you in P4, P3?
Yes.
Really?
My mother told me to attend P3, P5, and P4.
Okay. No offense. Okay, so I will send you this work. You will go through it at your convenience. Yeah, I'll send it immediately after the lesson.
Teacher, I never did work.
Yes, Aliku, Akulu, I am going to send peace. This is peace. I am going to send the work and you will do it and then you send the responses.
Teacher, work. Teacher Jonah.
Yes, please. Who is this one speaking?
Excuse me, teacher. I didn't do the work.
Yes, I am going to send you the work and you will do it and you send the answers after the class, okay?
Yes.
Okay. You can mute. Thank you. Anyone else with a concern?
Teacher, excuse me, teacher. I never did.
Yes, Esther.
Teacher, me.
Yes, Esther. Yes, Esther. Yes, Esther.
I did not do also the table. Excuse me, teacher. I did not do this work.
I am everyone who is talking about the work, I am going to send these slides to you and you'll have time with them. You'll have time to go through them and then you will do every single question therein. That is there, okay?
Okay.
Yes. So and the good thing, I have also tried to explain to you the background, so you are not going to be doing something you have not seen. Okay, so as I told you today, I purposed to teach about tenses. What do we know about tenses? Who can help us to understand what tenses are? If somebody says tense, what comes in your head? Someone share with us. A tense. What is a tense in short? What comes into your mind if someone talks about a tense? In P3, is there anyone with an idea? Nobody has an idea. How possible is this? Okay. What is a tense? A tense is a form of a verb used to show when an action took place. If you want to show that an action took place maybe yesterday, took place today morning, takes place every day, will take place, then you use a tense. A tense is a form of a verb used to show when an action took place. Simple. That is how we can define tenses. And we're not going to go deep into that. You will study that in P4, P5, and P6. Here we are going to learn about 3 or 4 tenses. And the first one is the present simple tense. Call it the everyday tense, everyday. Everyday tense, the everyday tense shows things that happen every day, every time, repeatedly. Things that happen in a certain regular or sequential, in a sequence. This is the sense we use to refer to things that happen every day, that happen often, that happen sometimes. If you want to show that something happens in a certain way that it keeps on repeating, maybe daily, monthly, yearly, every after 2 years, every after 2 weeks, then we can use the word, we can use the everyday tense, which we also call the present simple tense. We use words like every day, every week, every year, every night, often, usually, sometimes, seldom, to show that we are in the present simple tense. When constructing sentences, the main verb changes by adding s, es, or changing y to I, and then add es if used with singular subjects. Or it may not change at all if used with plural subjects or even objects. So when we have a sentence, and we want to change it to show that it happens every day, every week, every year, every night, usually we change the main verb of that sentence. Remember, we say the verb is a doing word. We have to look for that doing word in a sentence, and then we change it by adding s, es. If it ends in y, drop the y, add I, and then add es. That is only if we are talking about singular subjects. When the doer is one, like Mukisa goes, Mukisa is singular. There you can obey that rule. If the doer is in plural, when they are many, like children, then the verb may not change at all. Changing the verbs into the present simple tense. Let me find out whether there is anyone with a question about what we have just learned, so that I don't leave anyone behind about that, about the present simple tense. Call it the everyday tense. Ephraim? Ephraim, do you have
I beg you a pardon of a simple tense.
I beg your pardon, Audrey.
I beg your pardon of a simple tense.
Present simple tense, right? Okay. So Audrey wants me to repeat about the present simple tense. I said the present simple tense can also be called the everyday tense. Why is it everyday? Because it shows things that happen on a routine, maybe every week, every month, every year, every time, often, usually, sometimes. So we can call it the everyday tense. And I told you those are the some of the words that we can use when we are constructing sentences in the present simple tense. Then we said when constructing sentences, the main verb, you look for the main verb in a sentence and you change it by adding s, es, or if it ends in y, then drop that y and add ies. That rule only happens if the main subject is singular. If the person you're talking about is singular, like Mukisa goes, okay? So there we can add the es, and we say from the word go, we add es to get goes. Mukisa goes. If there are many, the main verb may not change. The main verb will remain. Children go to school every day. Children go to school every day. If it is singular, we are going to say Mukisa goes to school every day. So that is what I was talking about. I don't know whether Audrey, you've understood. Audrey?
Teacher, I have understood.
Okay. So that is the present simple tense. Call it the everyday tense. So let's see how changing of verbs into the present simple tense, and here the subject has to be singular. The subject of the sentence is that thing that performs that action, like Mukisa goes, children go, they come, I come. So we said we add s to most of the verbs, e.g. come, it will become comes. Sing will become sings. Many of those verbs we simply add s. And then we add es to verbs that end in o. If a verb ends in o, we add es. For example, go, goes, do, does. So you have to take to get to know that. Okay. The person using Technopower 3, you are welcome. May we get your name so that we can help you rename? Marcella Sovi. Marcella Sovi. Okay. Okay. So we can continue as we wait. So if you see that a word ends, a verb, not a word, a verb, it must be a doing word and ends in o, simply add es. Let's look at another one that requires es. Ch. If a word ends in ch, like catch, you add es. Verbs that end in ch, you add es. Like teach, teachers, catch, catches, watch, watches. Okay? The words that end in sh, like push, you add es and it becomes pushes. Wash, washes. Slash, slashes. Splash, splashes. Flash, flashes. If the word ends in sh, you add es also. If the word ends in s, you also add es, like guess, guesses, confess, confesses, profess, professes, like that. If a word ends in x, you add es still, like mix, mixes, fix, fixes. Okay? And then if the word ends in z, like buzz, you also add es to form buzzes. So in short, apart from the o, if a word ends in the hissing sound, the s sound, s, you add es. If a verb ends in the s sound, you add es, like the snake sound, like sh, sh, s, x, z. Okay, you add es to form its present simple tense. Is there anyone with a question? Is there anyone with a question? Okay. So those are some of the rules that we have to follow. Still, we change the verb like in the examples above. if the subject of the sentence is singular, except I and you. So for all these ones, the subject has to be singular. You have to say Mokasa goes, Andrew does, Peter catches, the girl pushes, she guesses, Onyait confesses, Audrey mixes, the bee buzzes. So you need only to use them with the singular subjects. Singular, one subject should be one. So if they are plural, then the verbs don't change. We also use words like every day, every Monday, etc. So let's look at these sentences. I go to church every day. Earlier we said except for I and you. When you are using I and you as subjects, you use the verb in the plural form. So here we say I go to church every Sunday. I go. So the verb, the verb is go. The verb is go, and it has not changed. Okay. Why hasn't it changed? Because we are in the present simple tense, and this subject is I. Okay, so let's get to the second one. The dog barks every night. 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 So the word barks, we have added letter S because it was ending in a consonant. And why have we added the letter S? Because this subject, the dog, is one. Because the subject, the dog, is one. Okay? The teacher teaches us English every time. So here still we have added letter S, letter ES, because it ends in ch. English. And why have we added the S? Because this teacher is one. If there were many, we would say the teacher teach. The teachers teach. We would not say the teachers teaches. We would say the teachers teach. The teacher teaches. That is the rule there. Okay. Let's continue. Our pastor preaches us very well. The cat, your cat, eats 3 times. There is a problem there. Mukisa and Martha swim every weekend. Because now we have 2. We have Mukisa and we have Martha. We cannot say Mukisa and Martha. This one, Martha, Mukisa, they are now 2. We cannot say swims. We will say Mukisa and Martha swim because the subjects are 2 every weekend. Lastly, before I give you some other numbers to try, Agnes dances on the way as we go back home. So you can see Agnes 1 dances. So
Teacher,
yes.
I'm not yet finished.
Don't mind, I'm going to send you the work. You will copy in your free time, okay?
Yes.
What I want you to do is to understand the principles.
Okay.
Yes. So for this, I am giving you some numbers to try from here. Others you will do in your free time at home. Okay, so here are some numbers. My dad dash to town every Wednesday. The word in bracket is go. I want you to type your answers in the chat. I hope you know where the chat is. Type your answers in the chat. Everyone should be typing. I want everyone to participate. One answer has come already. Two answers. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Asante. Very good answer. Thank you, Tutu and Mani. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Onyait. Thank you, Mishera. Where are others? I am waiting. Shadrach, where are you? Thank you. Isaac, you've missed the principle. Please read again. Singular subject. My dad is one. Connie, thank you. Harmony, thank you. Thank you, Everin. Thank you, Acheng. Cynthia. Thank you, Ko. I don't know who Ko is. Thank you, Mosela Kabulala. Very good answer. Yes, Isaac, you've got it. Thank you, Blessed. Thank you. Yes, I can see Shadrach here now. Have you all put our answers? Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Lina. Your answers come through. Thank you, Flavia Matei. Very good answers. So, from what I see in the chat, you've understood. When the subject is singular, we can add es to those verbs that end in o. So here the answer is goes. Let's try this one also. Yes, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Asante. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Mishera. Thank you, Harmony. Thank you, Mosela. Thank you, Everin. Good answers. Blessed, thank you. Thank you, Matei. Good answers. Thank you, Esther Peace. Thank you, Abigail Amara. Okay. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Shadrach. Okay, so I want someone who can explain to us why we have used the word study as our answer. Why haven't we used studies? Thank you, the person using core. I don't know who this is. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, Acheng. Can somebody tell us here? You raise your hand and I will allow you to speak. Who can explain to us why we did not change the word study in answer number 2? Why? Can see several hands are up. Let me pick Tutu to explain. Tutu, unmute your microphone and talk.
Because the word we is in plural.
Because the word we is in plural. Yes, thank you very much. Blessed? Blessed, please talk. Okay, thank you.
Because
Because we is in plural. Audrey, is there anything else you can add? Audrey?
Which page? This one. See.
Because the word we is in plural.
Okay. The person using technical power 3, would you accept your microphone to be muted? Okay, thank you so much, whoever submitted harmony. Yes, we can agree with the rest that we have used the word study because we is in plural. What would be the answer? What would be the answer? Asante. What would be the answer if it was Asante dash literacy every day? What would be the answer if the question was Asante dash literacy every day? In brackets, still the word study. Asante, I want to give you the chance to start.
Studies.
It would be studies because Asante is one. Okay. Thank you. So let's get ahead. Another question is here for us to try, but we may not finish them. May not finish them. Let's get to the present continuous tense. Call it the now tense. Those questions that we have not answered, I'm going to send, you will answer them.
But I'm on your number.
Answer me. Okay? Let's use this time to learn, and then answering will happen in our free time. Okay. 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 So we have the present continuous tense. The other one we're studying was the present simple tense, call it the everyday tense. This one is called the present continuous tense or the now tense. The now tense. Now, what is the now tense? This is the tense we use to refer to things that are happening at that right time. When something is happening now, then we use the present continuous tense or the now tense. When something is happening at that very time, then we use the present continuous tense to report. The common words used here are now, is, or, are, or, am after the subject of the sentence. Is for singular, are is for plural, okay? Is for singular, are is for plural, am is for I. Pronoun I goes with am. Plural subjects go with are. Singular subjects go with is. And then even the word now is used frequently. So let's look at how verbs change. One, by adding ing to it. When you add ing to a verb, it goes into the now tense. For example, go, and you add ing and becomes going. So you say, I am going to school. That means at that very time, that person is going to school. Then there are some cases where we need to drop the E before adding ing. Take an example of the words like care. you have to drop E and add ing so that the word can become caring. I am caring for my cat now. Then in some cases, we need to double the last consonant. I hope you know what a consonant is. Then we add ing. For example, clap. So we have to double the P. Clapping. Okay. So, if you know what a consonant is, you know that consonants are the letters in the alphabet which are not vowels. So you need to know the vowels so that you can get to know the consonants. And remember, vowels are A, E, O, A, or U, whatever you call it. A, E, O, A. So those 5 letters, when you remove them from the alphabet, all the remaining letters become consonants. Doubling the last consonant is done to verbs with 1 syllable and they end in consonant, vowel, consonant. That form, you can see that in the word clap, we have L consonant, A vowel, and P consonant. Therefore, if you have a verb like that ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, then you double the last consonant before you add ing. Such verbs include stop, rob, sit, admit, beg, drop, hug, jog, nod, rub, shop, skip, step, stop, tap, trap, zip, and others. There are very many that end in consonant, vowel, consonant. So if you have such a verb and you want to take it to the now tense, then you double the last consonant and then you add ing. We have this. Here we simply add ing to form the now tense. Here we simply add ing to form the now tense.
Teacher, we are not seeing.
Who are these ones who are not seeing?
Teacher, we can't see.
I beg your pardon.
Teacher, I never finished.
Don't mind about finishing. You will finish.
We are seeing.
Yes, others can see. Let me just share again.
So we aren't seeing.
I am going to share again, don't mind. So I just stopped because some people were not seeing. So let me share again so that even those who cannot see can now see. I believe you can all see. So we said these other words, we simply add ing to them to make them appear in the present continuous tense. Call it the now tense. So like keep, we are going to simply add ing. Drink, we are going to add ing, only that. There is nothing else that we can do about it. We simply add ing. So these ones you will do in your free time and you will submit your answers. Okay? Let's get to these ones. Here we drop the last E and then we add ing. Here we drop the last E and then we add ing. Talk of words like writing. That word disturbs very many people. They tend to double the T. That is not there. Here the word write, just drop the E and add ing. That is the principle that you need to use. Let me see the now tense of the word close. Everybody in your chat, close, 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 close. Audrey, we are doing close. Thank you, Pony. Thank you.
Teacher.
Asante, we are doing close.
Teacher.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So, do you know how to press this?
I've not heard you. You were breaking. Please say that again. Peace. Peace. Yes, Robert. Okay. Closing, Audrey, closing, Valeria, thank you, Stefan, thank you, Isaac, thank you, Nyait. Nyait, where did you get this? Playing. For us, we are doing closing. Playing is under the first one, where we simply add ing. Blessed, what do you have to say? I can see your hand is up. Blessed, when I call your name, you unmute and you speak. You don't see. There you go. Esther, did you get what you wanted? Martha, your hand is up.
Yes.
Your hand is up.
Closing.
I beg your pardon, Martha.
Closing.
Okay. Isaac, goodbye. Isaac has to drop off, but we are ending in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, we are going to be closing. So if you can just wait for 4 minutes. So here, this is what I was telling you about. Here we double the last T consonant. So that if the word is stop, we first find out whether it ends in CVC. The T is a consonant, the O is a vowel, the P is a consonant. That is CVC. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Therefore, we double the last P and add ing. That is the principle there. The same applies to feet. We are going to double the last T and add ing. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Nyait. Onyait. Yes. Okay. So that is about doubling the last consonant. You will do in your free time. Then we have this one. That ends in IE. Sorry, verbs that end in IE. We remove the E and we remove the IE and we add YING. We remove the IE and we add YAING. So that is the principle there. So the word like tie will become tying. Like that. That is the principle. And I want you to take them on in your free time. You can even base on your dictionaries. If you have dictionaries at home, use them. They will indeed help you. Thank you, Pony. Thank you, everyone who has contributed. I am proud of you as a class. I've also prepared for you some more work here, which you will do in your free time. There you go. that work you will do in your free time. There are these 6 numbers. Then you also take time to complete the tables. Yes, that's what we are going to do today. I want to find out whether there is anyone with a question before we wind up, because our time is fast spent. Anyone with a question, we can answer that right now.
Excuse me, teacher. How
Yes,
do we get the work that you are going to send?
You are going to find it on WhatsApp, okay? The WhatsApp group
Yes.
of P3.
Bye, teacher.
Yes, is where I'm going to put the work.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else with a question?
Me.
Who is me?
Shadrach.
Yes, Shadrach.
When are you going to send the work? Teacher.
The work, I'm going to send the work immediately after this lesson.
Okay.
Mm.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
WhatsApp or email?
how do we send?
How do we?
Send.
How do we send?
Yes.
You can send via WhatsApp, or you can send via the email. I'm going to give you both, so you can choose the one that is easy for you to use. Okay. Have a beautiful morning and a lovely day. Please stay at home. Don't walk around. Observe the social distance. Wear your masks. Have a beautiful
Thank
morning.
you, teacher. Take care.
Bye-bye.